Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by today. The thing I'd like to talk to you about is hypermobility syndrome. Hypermobility syndrome is a connective tissue disorder where the sufferer has faulty collagen in their body. General hypermobility is asymptomatic and doesn't cause pain. However, hypermobility syndrome is symptomatic and the sufferer experiences frequent and often chronic pain. I'd like to talk to you about some of the symptoms today, and there are a lot, so excuse the prompt in front of me, but I wouldn't possibly ever remember them all, even though I experienced most of them. Symptoms of hypermobility syndrome are generalized joint hypermobility, like this. Can you see that? See this? I can stretch it down here. I can do it on both sides. Stretchy or velvety skin, recurrent or frequent joint dislocations, subluxations or semi-dislocations, chronic limb and joint pains, easy bruising, shallow joint sockets, and increased risk of abnormality with other collagen structures such as lungs, bowels and bladders. For women with hypermobility syndrome, you're more likely to experience pain and an increased frequency of dislocations around the time of your period. You're also more at risk, I suppose, from being hormonally dominant, which can leave some sufferers feeling really out of control of their emotions, and that sometimes they feel things disproportionately to what's actually happened. Other symptoms include chronic general fatigue and specific muscle fatigue, regular soft tissue trauma, fragile skin, stretch marks and slow healing, early onset arthritis, clicky joints, hip dysplasia, muscle cramps, spasms, tics and tears, restless legs and flat feet, clumsiness, coordination difficulties, poor reflexes and numbness, headaches, pain related to fibromyalgia, indigestion, nausea, difficulties swallowing, bloatedness, anal prolapse, heartburn, mental clouding or brain fog, which is why I have this down in front of me, because I really do struggle with brain fog, which is whereby you, out of nowhere, you forget what you're going to say, your memory is really affected by it. It can be really quite scary sometimes if you're at the house and you get an episode of this mental clouding. You feel really disconnected from what's going on around you, but you have this desire to still be involved. It's really confusing. It's not pleasant. It's not a pleasant experience. So constipation, bloatedness, anal prolapse, I've done those, heartburn, mental clouding, there we are, see, insomnia, memory loss, depression, an increase of self-harm and anxiety. At present, there is no cure for hypermobility syndrome. It is a rare disease, although it is believed to be really grossly and undiagnosed in patients. So at the moment they say that about 1 in 5,000 people are affected by this syndrome, but there's probably a lot more of you out there. I live with hypermobility syndrome and I'm right at the very beginning of my journey. I've been disabled now for 2 years, nearly 20 months I should say, and I want to connect with other people who are living with chronic illnesses. The thing that I found is that I can read about when people are having really good days and I can read about when people are having really bad days, but there's this whole area in between that nobody really talks about, and this is something that we live with every single day. Sufferers of any chronic illness is chronic. We're not going to get better and we have to learn to manage it, and I want to share my journey of this illness with you all, and I really want to hear how you're living with your chronic illness. If you suffer from chronic illness, there's a lot of issues tied up with our society of how we perceive people who have chronic illnesses, and I really want to challenge that and get out there to the world and reach out to other sufferers and hopefully inspire people who have just been diagnosed with a chronic illness to still fight for a really good quality of life, because they're not terminal illnesses. It's not going to kill us. We're not going to die. We're going to have the same lifespan as everybody else, but our lives are just going to be that little bit more complicated and painful, and that's something I really want to reach out to people about. I'd love to hear about any diet that you follow. I know for myself personally, I'm going to explore veganism and raw food, alternative therapies, all of those things. And I really want to take you guys on that journey with me, and hopefully you'll see my life really greatly improve, my quality of life really greatly improve. And if I can just reach out and touch one person's life who is at the very end of despair and they're just tipping into hopelessness, if we can bring them back from the edge and show them that really there is so much more that can be done for people with chronic illnesses, that would be great. So please do subscribe. I'm going to be uploading as often as I can. I also write a blog which you can go and access, which is www.unexpectedsongbird.blogspot.co.uk. My aim in all of this is to be really, really honest. I want to tell you about the good days, I want to tell you about the bad days, and I want to tell you about everything that happens in between. Okay, so give us a big thumbs up if you like this. Please leave me some comments if you're living with chronic illness, or if you love someone who's living with chronic illness. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks ever so much. Okay, bye.